below. FN here. For today's video, we're going to look at another Chili DeCastro video. In this video, Chili is addressing the Forney City Council. The video is about a month old, and occurred before he went to Ironton, Ohio. Some of my comments will be in audio, and some in text. Pause the video if you need more time to read it.
My name is Chili DeCastro. I'm a civil libertarian. I teach constitutional law to hundreds of thousands and millions of people around the world. I've got 300,000 followers on TikTok, and I got about 30,000 followers on YouTube. Now, I'm in your city right now today because there's a gentleman here in the room named Yunez. And on November 10th of 2021, Yunez was pulled over by Officer Brian Holman. And Officer Brian Holman, there's a video coming out tomorrow on YouTube. It'll get 100,000 views. And it shows Brian Holman lose all control.
Would you like to see the video? I don't have access to the raw body camera footage, so I have to use clips that Chili himself released. Obviously, Chili has edited out portions and added his own self-serving text. Chili, if you see this video, I want to be fair to the gentleman. If you send me the raw body camera video, I will post it. I have a unique background and I'm willing to analyze it, with that in mind. You can find my bio and email in my About section.
Do what now?
I said, you seriously asked me if he was drinking, you smell alcohol.
Look, I can smell alcohol over in this side.
You can hear that? He said he smell alcohol.
What's funny?
The cop is telling me he smells alcohol on this side.
Okay, hey, go ahead and get off your phone. Hey, get off your phone right now.
I'm going to ask my wife to send me the insurance.
Get off your phone.
Can I have my wife to send me the insurance?
3620, send me another unit. Hey man, get your hands out of your pocket. Come here. Yeah, I'm just going to pat you down for your safety and my safety, okay? Because you're not listening to what I'm telling you. All right? Any weapons or anything on? Hey, dude.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
No, I'm sorry.
Hey, don't yank away when I'm trying to pat you down. I don't know if you're armed. Do you understand that? Keep your hands behind your back. Hey, quit pulling. Quit pulling.
At this point, Chili cuts the video. However, we've already heard the officer say to stop pulling away. Common sense would tell you that you should cooperate with the officer. If the officer does something against protocol, it will appear on body camera footage. You can always obtain the footage yourself to use in your defense. On the street is neither the time or place to argue with the officer. That is what the courts are for.
When he asked Yunez if he's been drinking, Yunez laughs in his face because he's a conservative Muslim, he's a conservative. Our personalities are nothing alike. He wouldn't stand up here and speak to y'all. That's not how he works. He barely speaks English, he speaks Arabic.
I know Chili is given to embellishment, but clearly we saw in the video that the man spoke English very well. He might have an accent, but he was quite understandable. By over-embellishing, you sometimes put the listener in the frame of mind not to pay attention to your words.
And Officer Brian Holman, I know you guys just put a new city human resources Deborah into place, correct?
We have a new HR.
And the reason why she is because Luntz was fired, right?
I'm talking about, I'm sorry, police chief?
Yeah.
Yes, we have an interim police chief right now.
So,
You can discuss back and forth with people until you're in a possession. They can.
Continue.
what's that?
I said we can't
We
discuss.
can't have conversations, but yes.
Oh, you're welcome to talk to me. I actually appreciate the back and forth.
Yes, we do have an interim.
So tomorrow what you're going to see on the video is you're going to see Yunez put in handcuffs for 16 minutes.
In determining if the amount of time a person is held in an investigatory detention, the court has ruled the following. Quote, in assessing whether a detention is too long in duration to be justified as an investigative stop, it is appropriate to examine whether the police diligently pursued a means of investigation that was likely to confirm or dispel their suspicions quickly, during which time it was necessary to detain the defendant. End quote. United States v. Sharp, 470, U.S. 675. 1985.
For no reason. Because when the cop asks him, have you been drinking at 9:30 in the morning, Yunez laughs in his face because it's a joke. The cops in our cities, on every county in America, are now trained to arrest you, especially because you're black.
This is what is known as an opinion statement. And a racially inflammatory one at that. It is offered with no evidence, and it is stated as his opinion of all police in general. and not necessarily of the police in this specific situation. His arguments would have been far more persuasive had he confined his comments to the specific police involved, and to their actions in this particular public interaction.
They focus on black people. If you didn't know that, you might want to open your eyes and pay attention. Yunez happens to be a foreigner, and he moved here, and he has a green card, and he's a citizen right here, a conservative citizen, has 3 kids. And so when you watch the video tomorrow and you see Yunez put in handcuffs for 16 minutes, you go, oh, he was just detained. These are torture. These have been torture, and they're always torture.
Again, this is an opinion statement. Most people, upon hearing such a thing, are likely to be highly skeptical. Most people understand that handcuffs are not comfortable, but to use the adjective of torture makes the statement unbelievable to the casual listener. Once again, this puts the listener in the frame of mind to not believe anything that is said after this. They will think to themselves, if you are willing to over-exaggerate that handcuffs are torture, then what else are you over-exaggerating about? At this point, you are losing the listener.
They were designed for torture, and they're still torture.
Handcuffs are used by law enforcement agencies worldwide to prevent suspected criminals from escaping from police. They are a method used to control movement and possible flight from custody. Historically, they are not listed with any credible sources as a device used to inflict torture.
Nothing's changed. These were made for black folks during slavery.
That statement is patently false. Obviously, ropes and other materials have been used for millennia, but some of the earliest written references to metal cuff-like devices date back to the 4th century BC, when conquering Greek soldiers found vast numbers of them in wagons pulled by Carthaginian armies. They were primarily used to control and enslave prisoners of war. It was 1912 when the peerless swing-through handcuff was invented. This handcuff is amazingly similar to those in general use today. It differed from older versions in that it featured a swing-through, ratcheting arm that allowed for adjustment for varying sizes of wrists.
These need to be banned in America. That's why I'm here. When you see Yunez detained for 16 and a half minutes tomorrow morning, I want you to understand that every single second that man's in handcuffs, he's being tortured. It's literal torture. And what's the big lie? Oh, I got a finger in there, so you're not being tortured. It's absolute, total torture. When do the citizens of America stop this? We can do this with Velcro straps, strapping you in the front.
Velcro certainly would not be strong enough. By offering this unrealistic alternative, he is further undermining the totality of his argument. Additionally, even when current handcuffs are used in the front, it's much easier for a subject to assault officers, escape from the cuffs, or even escape entirely while still wearing the cuffs.
With the digital camera now, once you get my face on camera, I'm not going to fight anybody. Most people will calm right down. And Yunez, by the way, you'll see the video tomorrow. It's on Delete Laws. That's the name of my YouTube page, Delete Laws with a Z on the end of it. I don't like or respect cops.
By making the statement that he doesn't like or respect cops, he has now completely alienated anyone who has a different opinion. Now those people are not going to be receptive to any further argument, and they will likely become hostile to anything else he has to say.
And now you guys got a blue flag flying over on Gateway with a blue stripe on it. Let me just tell you something. Maybe not in this room, but half of the people see that as a terrorist flag.
He continues to further undermine his own arguments by trying to argue his opinions as though they are facts. Also, by comparing what is ostensibly a black and white version of an American flag to that of a terrorist organization, is likely to put people off.
Half the people here see that guy right there. See the people who wear uniforms that are cops as terrorists. I see them as absolute terrorists.
He might see police officers as terrorists, but it is doubtful that the elected members of this city council do. They likely know the police officers standing in the room personally. They may even have family or friends who are police officers. Any hope he might have had to get them to listen to him is now gone.
They detain you and arrest you for no reason.
That statement is ludicrous. The average law-abiding citizens will not believe such a far-fetched statement. At this point, he has also totally forgotten about the gentleman from the police stop, and has launched off in a tangent. There is a distinct lack of focus in his speech.
This council has the opportunity, I know it is, but this city council has an opportunity to do something about this. And let me just say something, just so you know, We're going to file civil litigation if Holman's not fired. If Holman's not relieved from duty and he's not reprimanded, we're suing the city.
People always say they are going to sue, and they never do. This is the fallback argument that is used when you're losing. These council members have heard this before and they don't pay any attention to it. It doesn't even faze them. Not only that, city councils don't have any control over personnel matters. This threat, followed by a demand, is falling on deaf ears.
And you guys hired a city manager so that you could avoid litigation. I read about it. I don't care if you kill my mic. It's not the point. We won't be silenced, ever. This has to change, and you have the opportunity to change it. So then change it.
Thank you very much for your time.
Instead of saying, "Thank you for your time," the mayor could have just as easily said, "You can shut up now, we aren't listening to you." I don't say that to poke fun at Chili. I'm saying this because I'm a professional public speaker, and I can see how they are reacting to his speech.
Yeah. And the blue striped flag over there on Gateway's got to go. Who the hell do you think you are?
Not more than 5 minutes ago, he was asking them, as elected representatives, to change the law. Now he is asking them, who the hell they think they are. Now every word of his speech has been forgotten, and they're waiting to see how the police will react to this angry man yelling at them.
Flying a blue flag. All the former cops in here, you don't get a memorial forever. It's time to change it. I don't want to see a blue terrorist. I'm upset, and I have a right to redress my government. I'm sorry my 3 minutes is up, but I'm sick of it, and it starts here in Texas. All the lynching started here.
More factually incorrect information, combined with racially charged language, expressed in a hostile tone. He is effectively insulting Texas, and as anyone knows, you don't insult Texas to a Texan.
You black folks, listen to what I'm telling you.
Yeah, that always works. A white person telling black people what to think and how to feel.
If you keep allowing police power to be spread and spread and spread, it'll never stop. That blue terrorist flag on Gateway is going down again. I'm going to tear it down again.
Sir.
Okay, I understand. I'm upset. Forgive me for being upset. You got a terrorist right back here.
All this crowd is seeing and hearing is a lunatic, yelling and calling police terrorists. Look at the man in the white and blue hat. You can read what he is thinking by the look on his face.
This man's a terrorist. He takes people to a dungeon. He tortures them. You're, oh yeah, who said that? Hey, listen, I'll see you there. I'll see you there. Oh, what are you going to put your hands on me?
By causing such a scene, no one is going to remember anything that he said. But that wasn't really the point, was it? This was nothing more than a show for the camera. His speech will only really resonate with his most ardent supporters on YouTube. That was his intended audience to begin with. And nothing he has said or done was of any help to the man he purported to be there to assist in the first place.
No, I'm
You gonna
asking
touch
you to
me?
leave. You're interfering.
You gonna touch
with the-
me?
You're interfering with the
Listen,
meeting.
shut your mouth.
We need you to leave.
Shut your mouth. You're a terrorist and you're a... Don't put hands
sir,
on me,
I
bro.
have not touched
Okay,
you.
well,
We
don't
need you to
touch
leave.
me, dude. I'm walking out the door. I have a right to redress my government.
I need you to move.
You are an outright
Yes, sir.
terrorist and a pig.
Yes, sir. Would you please move?
Oh, shut your mouth. Don't touch me.
Don't engage. I
Don't
have not
touch
touched
me.
you.
I'll walk out the door. You don't got to man up on me.
I'm asking you
I'm
to
a
leave.
full-grown man.
Yes, sir. I'm asking you
Then
to leave.
don't touch me.
I have not
Why
yet.
am I upset?
Please leave.
Okay, why am I upset? Because you terrorized the man. You put him in torture. Have you
Let's
been
go-
you've been
let's
put
go
cuffs?
out here and talk
You've been
about
putting
it. Let's
cuffs?
go back, let's go
You've been
back.
putting cuffs? Huh? Have any of you guys been putting cuffs for 15 minutes? Put them behind your back for 15 minutes and then tell me how you feel. Oh, shut up, you terrorist.
Sir, if you don't leave.
I got it. Don't put your hands on me.
Stepped into me.
You stepped into me. Don't touch me, dude.
Sir, let's set this way.
All right, but don't even bump into me.
If you would walk, I wouldn't touch you.
I am continually impressed by the law enforcement officers who deal with Chili. While he is acting like a spoiled child, and calling them every foul name he can conjure up, they remain completely calm. Nothing that Chili says to them seems to have any effect.
You said I was going. Go. I'm outside the city council. I'm in a public building now. I can't be trespassed.
Okay.
You understand that?
No
This
one
is
has
a public
trespassed you.
building.
Sir, no one has
Have you been
trespassed
putting torture cuffs for 15 minutes?
I'm not gonna get
Have you been putting torture cuffs for 15 minutes? Have you ever had these behind
Sir.
your back for 15 minutes?
Sir.
Yes or no? Have you, coward?
Sir, you are interfering.
You are such a coward. You put these on people so liberally, as though it's just fine. It's not fine.
Sir,
And that blue terror flag comes down.
you're interfering with a public
What-
meeting.
you're
at this
a
point.
firefighter.
Do you
Don't
realize-
talk to him.
Do you realize that is an offense?
Listen, I'm leaving.
For someone who keeps saying that he's leaving, it sure seems like he just wants to stay there and yell in their faces, asking them nonsense questions, to which he doesn't even give them a chance to answer. It just reinforces to me that these are just performances, and Chili is just the actor.
But you have to give me a chance to leave, number one.
We've given you multiple chances.
I'm allowed to be upset and redress the government? Yes, I am.
Sure.
I'm upset. I'm not throwing punches. I'm not cursing at anybody. The blue terror flag's got to go. Handcuffs got to go, coward.
Understood.
Take off the badge and gun and look at me that way. See how you do. Dude, don't walk up on me. I'm leaving. I'm walking out.
I don't know what I can say. He's clearly not leaving. And while I disagree with his politics, I support his rights to have his views. It's his methods that I disagree with. Chili, stop holding yourself out there as a constitutional expert. I'm not even an expert in anything other than the 4th, 5th and 6th Amendments. When I watch your videos, it's hard to see anything other than someone who is pandering for the camera, and profiting off of the monies that YouTube pays you and you get as direct donations. You don't want people like me to question your motives, but what choice do you leave me with?
Go on, terrorist. Do you understand what you signed up to do? You're an absolute scumbucket, dude. And you enforcing this garbage like this stuff here, have you been in these, yes or no? Have you been put in torture cuffs, yes or no? Have you been put in torture cuffs? Oh no, you're not answering the questions because you're a coward. Have you been put in torture cuffs for 15 minutes, yes or no? Yes or no? There's thousands watching.
Why are you raising your voice?
Because I'm so sick of being nice.
But you're not trying to have a dialogue.
Do you want to have a dialogue? Let me try it like this. Have you been put in torture cuffs for 15 minutes? Have you been put in torture cuffs for 15 minutes? You think I'm going to take a swing at you?
No, but I don't need to talk to
You think I'm going to take a swing at you?
I don't need to be that close to you.
Really? Listen, there's a proper arena to handle things like men in a cage where we sign a waiver and we all agree to it.
Sure.
And I'm more than down to do that.
Why does his arguments always end with some kind of Thunderdome scenario? 2 go in, 1 comes out. You don't see 2 lawyers walk into a courtroom, drop their robes and duke it out, with the judge as the referee. That's not how arguments are won, or people are persuaded.
Any of you coward pigs, you guys are terrorists. You put these on people and you torture them. This is not detainment, it's torture. Now, I'm upset because this man was tortured. You're going to watch this video tomorrow and you'll be like, oh, he was just put in handcuffs. No big deal. Have you been put in them, yes or no? And I'll leave. Have you been put in them, yes or no?
Yes, I've been placed in them.
Okay, can I put them on you?
We're not going to go any further with that.
Right. Oh, yeah, we're not going to discuss any further.
What you're wanting is to continue to dialogue.
Oh, no. I want people to see that you are a frickin' coward.
This is just further pandering. The officer has said he has been placed in handcuffs. It's a normal part of training at the police academy.
That you would so liberally allow these to be put on people, but you've never had them on for 15 minutes. That's what I'm saying.
With the meeting right now?
The meeting's still going on. You took a 5-minute break. The 5 minutes isn't up.
Okay, you're interfering with the meeting.
They only took a 5-minute break, so that they could deal with his disruptive and disrespectful behavior.
Right now?
Oh.
That is against the law.
Oh.
We're going to try to presume this meeting.
Mm-hmm. I'm not allowed to be upset. I'm not allowed to watch a man be tortured.
No, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to.
I'll lower my voice for you. Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah. You're not allowed to disrupt a meeting that we're trying to have.
I didn't disrupt the meeting. I'm here for public commentary.
And that was 3 minutes, and it's done.
Do you think 3 minutes is enough time to redress handcuffs? You wouldn't know.
It's what's allowed.
How many times have you been put in handcuffs, kid? You signed up to be a terrorist. You're young enough. You can change this. You can quit now and do something good with your life.
I really think Chili should take his own advice. Quit now and do something productive with your life. Yeah, that sounds about right.
People hate you, dude. People just quiet about it because they're afraid. They're afraid of the government. But people hate your guts, bro. Literally, half of the people hate you. And now you probably dyed in the wool, dyed in blue. These have got to go. The blue flag stripes got to go.
You're the most hateful person I've ever seen in my life.
Am I really? No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Happy to have a conversation.
Go ahead. I'll have a conversation with you. I'm not going to yell at you. No, you address me, sir. If you haven't noticed, he asked me to calm my voice down because he said that
You're telling them they're terrorists.
Have you been put in these handcuffs for
I
15?
have.
Okay, then turn around. Let's put them on you 15 minutes.
Why are you being so hateful?
Why I'm hateful?
Have a conversation.
This man right here and this man right here, if they decide I've broken a city statute, they'll take me to a dungeon where I can be raped and strip searched.
People are trying to get him to calm down. They even offer to have a conversation with him. By not being acquiescent, and having a reasonable and rational dialogue with them, It shows that he's not up to having conversation. He only knows how to get loud and talk over people.
Oh, but you just said the blue flag's gonna go right back up.
I'll put it on.
For what?
Why not?
Because it's a terrorist
It's
flag.
your right to take it down, it's my right to put it back up.
Okay, fine, and we could just keep doing that.
No, I understand.
And we don't have to have a physical.
I'm
And
happy
look
to
at
have
you,
a-
Briggs, jumping in on this guy, and
I'm
you're
happy
talking.
to
He's
have
the
a-
man who was tortured.
Have a good conversation.
You're a firefighter.
Civilly with somebody.
If y'all want to presume the council,
Listen,
I've had to speed up a big portion here. It's just footage of Chili continuing to say the same things, and the officers trying to get him to leave the building. The uniformed officer here has listened to everything Chili has had to say, and up until now he has had no reaction. Finally, the officer is allowed a chance to speak.
You go down in history as being a Nazi, just so you know. People
If
will
you
write
wanna
about you in
If
history.
you want to know who we are as our department,
Oh, yeah?
I would suggest that you come do a ride along with us.
Oh,
That way you can see who we are. This is who we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many,
That
how
way-
many, how many people do you put in cuffs a week?
if you want to answer that question, we can talk about it when you come do a ride along.
Okay, give me your card. I'll do a ride along. Let's see what you got. And then if I have any kind of anger about abuse and mistreatment, then I'm full of hate. But so far, it's not getting better, it's getting worse.
And what I mean by that is that way you can know who we are as people.
As people,
Yep.
you signed up to take people to a dungeon, bro.
I want you to know who we are as a department.
You
know?
signed up to take people to a dungeon, bro.
Even as the officer is offering Chili a ride along, he can't stop his rhetoric. The officer wants Chili to get to know his fellow officers. I'll give you a preview. Chili never takes the officer up on the offer.
Okay. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
I couldn't have said it better, Chili. Enough is enough. Enough of your rants and temper tantrums. The law is the law. Terry v. Ohio is still working, and I'd argue that it is working well. If you legitimately believe that the law needs to be changed, take it up with your congressmen and senators. Arguing with individual police officers accomplishes nothing. I don't believe you genuinely care one way or the other. I believe that the only thing that matters to you is that your face is always in front of the camera, and you keep collecting money. So far, you've done nothing to prove me wrong. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, so you don't miss any new content. If you don't, you'll make my dog sad.